Showplace Arena in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. Closing in on our first bout, the WBA Middleweight Championship, set for the formal introductions. Let's go up to our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and we welcome you to the Showplace Arena here in Upper Marlboro, Maryland, as we have a big night of action coming your way, a World Championship doubleheader brought to you by Don King Productions. At this time, we present the first of our world title featured attractions, the WBA Middleweight Championship of the World. This bout is sanctioned by the World Boxing Association, the President Gilberto Mendoza, Supervisor Dr. Calvin Inelsing. Along with the Maryland State Athletic Commission, the Chairman is Carl N. Milligan Jr., Executive Director Patrick Panella, Secretary of the Maryland Department of Licensing and Regulation, Eugene A. Conti Jr. Presenting to you the judges scoring this bout from ringside, Bill Holmes, Octavio Rodriguez, and Melchior Taylor. Presenting to you our referee in charge of this bout. He'll be giving instructions after the introductions, Kenny Chevalier. All right, fans, here we go with the WBA Middleweight Championship of the World, scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Presenting to you first the challenger on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red trunks, hailing from Long Beach, California. He now trains out of Las Vegas, Nevada. He weighed in at a trim and ready 156 1/2 pounds with a record of 21 wins, 4 losses. He has 9 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight he is making the first attempt at a world title, introducing Ray McElroy. And his opponent across the ring, presenting the defending world champion on my right, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white trunks, black trim, fighting out of Rockville, Maryland. He weighed in at 159 pounds. His fine record includes 22 wins, no losses, 1 draw with 18 wins coming by way of knockout. Tonight, he is making the first defense of his title. Please welcome the undefeated WBA Middleweight Champion of the World, William Joppy Jr. Once again, our referee in charge, now to give instructions, Kenny Chevalier.
Okay, I've given you instructions in the dressing room. Again, I give them to you in the corners. I want to caution you on the low blows and keep that head where it doesn't belong. I expect a clean fight. It's for the WBA Championship of the World. Gentlemen, give me a clean fight. Let's keep it clean. Let's touch gloves. All right, let's do it.
Final instructions from Kenny Chevalier, working his first world title fight. Ray Charles McElroy, whose career was on the ropes not long ago, won 3 straight after the long layoff. Now out of nowhere, a world title shot, and he predicts a KO by 3. William Joppy, the champion, yet unproven, unknown, until he stopped Shinji Takahara for the title. He does have a flair and says, look for the polo punch and the Ali shuffle. He predicts a knockout by 5. Here we go, round 1 scheduled for 12 for the WBA Middleweight Championship of the World. The champion, Joppy, in the white trunks, the challenger, McElroy, in the red.
Now, McElroy said that all the time he was off, he trained throughout that almost two-year layoff, but he just wanted to wait out his contracts and get his fight management back together. He just walked into a nice right hand, but he said he just loves the game. He's not in it for the money, but the glory.
Yeah, he has his own business. He's a record producer, but he says he just loves boxing. But Bobby, 2 years out, you can't substitute for 2 years of activity. I don't care who you are.
William Joppy, essentially a boxer-puncher, but he is slick, he's exciting, and he's fun to watch. Starts out relatively fast. McElroy's trainer, Leon Washington, expects Joppy to come out aggressively to take Ray out, but he says that will only make McElroy fight harder.
Now, Leon Washington was a hell of a light heavyweight in his day. I've seen him fight many times, and I'm sure he's worked with his man and got him right. And as you can see, not intimidated. McElroy's coming right to Joppy. Doesn't seem to be bothered.
And he's got a good hard jab, does McElroy. He's following that jab in with other punches. It's looking good right now.
Meanwhile, Joppy makes good use of an educated jab as well. Joppy having some fun, smiling as he goes downstairs to the body. McElroy counters to the body and to the head with the left jab, doubling up. Then he digs into the body, and back comes Joppy with a right uppercut.
Joppy taking a lot of unnecessary punishment. I don't know why he's standing there, because while he's fresh here in the first round, McElroy's popping hard punches. Those are not soft punches.
You know, it's funny, Joppy said he likes to figure out his game plan after the second round, but sometimes that might be just a little too late.
Joppy just loading up with the overhand right. McElroy, as you pointed out, Bobby, a good talker. He says, though, he'll inflict constant pain. Anything, I don't think he can match skills with me. And there's another heavy right hand by Joppy, the champion.
That's a good first round for both fighters. McElroy asserting himself at the beginning of this with a strong jab, and now here comes Joppy a little bit with that right hand.
Good combination by William Joppy. And Joppy controlling the latter part of this round. McElroy said this is not going the distance. We'll see.
Joppy's right hand right now is the controlling and dominant factor. Big right hand. He's landing it far too often for McElroy to stay in this fight. He's got to neutralize that right hand and counter back.
McElroy able to land with the left hook. Then followed it up with a little bit of a flurry, but didn't do much damage to the champion.
Joppy, no question about it, fighting with confidence. He's fighting. Oh, there's that right hand. He's fighting like he knows he's going to take this fight, and he's landing that right hand with authority.
William Joppy pouring it on. There's another lead right by Joppy in the final seconds of the opening round. As we head for the bell.
Look, you're saving that right hand. I know you're holding it. You don't see it yet. But you can't let him come close enough to you to throw that right hand in the heel. You understand? You got to keep this jab working. Keep it in his face. You can keep doing some of the things you're doing, but you got to be more alert with this right hand. It's got to come up a little more than you're doing. Throw that right hand. Set him up and throw it. I know you're a little leery about doing it right now, but set him up. He's there for it. When he comes in, just pop that right hand, throw your hook, get off the way. Be quick with your moves. That's all you got to do. Stay alert. See him.
Let's take this look early in the round when Joppy's combinations began to take shape. See, he hadn't been doing that up to then, and then he just started, and that was the menu he gave to McElroy for the rest of the round.
William Joppy comes out for round two. He employed a whipping and consistent right hand to the face and body of the challenger, Ray Charles McElroy. Very impressive first round for the champion, William Joppy. Very fast hands for combinations, and on-your-toes type fighter with lots of head, shoulder, and leg movement. There's another right hand, straight right to the face of McElroy by Joppy.
You know, they were both throwing right hands at the same time, and in McElroy's corner, Leon Washington said, you got to hit him with your own right hand. You got to set him up. I know you're a little leery of it right now, but fire it, he's there for it, so we're going to see what happens.
There's the left jab, a stinging shotgun-type jab by Joppy. We're seeing a lot of his repertoire here now. Wild miss by McElroy with the left hook.
McElroy's trying to reestablish a jab, which is a good idea, but the problem is he's coming over the jab. Joppy's coming over the jab with the right hand.
Combination by Joppy. McElroy now looking to hold on.
You notice McElroy keeps taking his right hand and pushing it all the way over in front of his jaw on the left side, trying to catch the right hand counter. But what he's doing is taking away power from his own right hand when he does that.
And Joppy, just as it looked, a big overhand right. He looked to be off balance, but he was landing while he was backpedaling.
And came back with a good hook to the body. I mean, I like everything I see about Joppy.
Now there's that lateral side-to-side movement by Joppy. He likes to dance around, uses the whole ring. Oh, a blistering straight right by Joppy, followed up by an overhand right, and Joppy with a flurry.
Right now, McElroy's in a little bit of trouble. He's not really out yet, but I'll tell you what.
A right hand by William Joppy, and that almost put him out.
His legs are not under him, Steve. He needs to clear his head. Hold on and clear his head.
One more punch could do it. McElroy in trouble, but he's showing heart.
McElroy battling back, trying to get him off. But that right hand has found a home. There it is again.
Another powerful right by William Joppy. Back comes McElroy, also showing a pretty good chin.
Now you saw McElroy right there digging on the inside, not getting quite the leverage that Joppy's getting.
What an uppercut, the right uppercut. uppercut by William Joppy. Joppy, the WBA middleweight champ. He says he wants Keith Holmes looking to get through McElroy first.
McElroy has come to fight. Let's say that he's losing this fight right now, but he has come to fight. No matter how much he gets popped by that right hand, he's right back in it again. Something wrong with his hand there?
I think he got his fingers caught. He was trying to pull the glove back.
Yeah.
Might have got his fingers caught inside the padding area badly.
Blood dripping from the mouth and nose of Ray Charles McElroy in the red trunks.
Get him up!
He's got redness under both eyes, over one eye. He's taking a beating.
He is game.
How you feel, Ray? Look at that mouthpiece. Look at that mouthpiece. Where that bucket? Where that bucket at?
Right in front of you.
All right, come here, come here. Look, Ray. Take this. Look, man. You let him get over that right hand on you. You understand? Look, how you feel? Are you hurt? You sure? All right, look. You got to work that arm more. That left arm got to work more.
Here we'll see two good right hands by the champion, and this is making all the difference in the world. That one's early, clean, and you watch his legs. His legs are a little weak on him, not really there. Joppy comes back with another one over the top, and he just keeps firing it.
And the right hand comes again in the end. Look at that. Now that buckle McElroy, I don't know what kept him up after that, but he's tough. McElroy's tough.
Joppy told us he'll figure McElroy out after 2 rounds, see what he brings, and then really get down to business. And we'll see if that comes true here in round 3. William Joppy looking very impressive, but the challenger in red, Ray Charles McElroy, showing a lot of courage. Oh, another heavy straight right hand by Joppy. You can hear the crunching blows.
And the beautiful thing is he follows with a hook, with a left hook. He's always in there.
And there goes McElroy digging back to the body, counter-punching, and tripling up with the left hook.
Instead of an under and over hook to the body and head, McElroy did a reverse hook to the head, bring the hands up, and then drop the body. And there, another double left hook to the chin.
McElroy keeps countering these hard punches by Joppy, and Joppy's probably wondering, what do I have to do to take this guy out?
You know, I'll tell you what, if McElroy can sustain this type of pace and this type of fight, even in losing, his stock will go directly up.
Well, he's done nothing to lower it now. He's in there in this fight every second of it. This guy didn't go back.
His first world title shot, 21-4, only 9 knockouts. Now Joppy with a sneak attack to the body.
Come on, let him go, John.
McElroy really getting a beating. Joppy inflicting a lot of punishment, but McElroy showing a lot of determination.
Well, he shows more determination. He's got a lot of heart to come forward punching. He's not just trying to save himself. He's on the attack. He's the one that's getting whopped, and he's on the attack.
Look out, they stepped on one another, and Joppy nearly tripped.
I'll tell you, yeah, they tripped over feet, and they got all tangled up. But I'll tell you what, right now, Joppy's doing a little bit of wrestling, a little moving, stepping outside. McElroy's still coming forward, but he's not being effective enough. He's got to follow up that jab and slip some of those big shots and rip inside.
There's a little bit of a modified Ali shuffle by Joppy, and then a big uppercut that did not have much impact.
That was called a bolo in the old days. That was a big wide arc. It didn't have any impact at all, but it looks flashy.
Against Takahara, he stuck out his left hand to distract his opponent and then shot out the right. Let's see if he does that here.
Right now he's playing. I think he's resting here. I think he shot an awful lot of ammunition in those first 2 rounds. He's gliding and cruising here.
Getting his second win as he marches forward on McElroy. Marching in is the champion William Joppy with a flurry.
And McElroy's trying to survive now. Right now, I'll tell you what, he is getting hit. Not just getting hit clean, but some is going right through the glove, which is positioned on his chin. And I'll tell you what, those punches still hurt, fellas.
A holding caution by referee Kenny Chevalier to the challenger McElroy. Oh, brother, Joppy just teeing off with a straight right.
That right seems to have a magnet embedded in his face, in McElroy's face. It just seems to not be able to miss with that right hand.
Under 10 seconds, round 3 for the WBA middleweight championship.
Take a break. Hey.
Relax and just think about it. Relax. Don't be nothing. Relax. Sip of water. Relax. Stuff it in your nose, blow it out your mouth. Put it out for the front. Okay. Now, when you get him hurt, Joppy, go to the body. This shot. This, okay? Don't move. The body, you understand?
Let's watch when their feet get tangled up here. You know, see, he's stepping on him. That's what it is. McElroy is stepping on Joppy. Joppy's just trying to get himself together and get away from that. Could have been a disaster if he'd had landed.
But the champion gets himself back together, gets his feet underneath him. He's got McElroy against the ropes. And, you know, he's just teeing off. That right hand has been so effective. There you see it again. It's been getting through time and time again. And that's really going to cost McElroy if this fight continues much longer.
All right, it is round 4 scheduled for 12. McElroy, in case you're wondering, has been down 3 times in his career, but he has come back to win all 3, including his last fight. He hasn't been down yet here tonight.
And that is some kind of miracle because he has been hammered. By all rights, he should have been down at least once, but he hasn't.
And now McElroy comes out on the offensive in round 4, digging to the ribs.
He did some nice body work there, but what he should have done is rip right up with an uppercut down the pipe.
Oh, a beautiful left-right combination by Joppy above odds. And those punches landed. There's another quick right hand by Joppy, who has very fast hands. Now toying, throwing the left jab. Watch the back of the hand, says Kenny Chevalier. Quite a story himself, overcoming polio as a youngster and now a world-class referee.
You know, Joppy has incredibly good reflexes, great eyes. He can see punches coming, shift and move, his momentum and his weight, almost at will.
Joppy coming on again, missing with the right hand, though. And now more cautioning to McElroy, who's holding too much, says Kenny Chevalier.
I really don't see that much. I mean, I really don't. He's taking a big beating, and he's fighting every minute. Barely does he put his hand back there.
McElroy, despite taking a beating, continues to come forward here, bobbing and weaving, trying to set something up with the jab.
You notice Joppy's kind of slowed down the pace a little bit. He seems to be looking to set McElroy up a big 1-2 or a 1-2-3. Biding his time right now, looking and picking his spot.
Joppy, the local favorite from Maryland, 22-0-1 with 18 knockouts. He's never lost. Tonight, his first title defense. Look at these shots. It looks like he's off balance, but he's not. Joppy landing with the rights.
And a thumping body shot that was.
And he continues to come forward further. McElroy able to duck away out of that corner. McElroy's eyes bloodshot from the punishment being inflicted by Joppy.
Yeah, his whole face is red and kind of getting lumpy. He's been bleeding for a little while from the nose and the mouth, but he, you know, it's just that his eyes seem to be dimming.
Please.
You almost get the impression that Joppy could turn it up anytime he wants, but why hasn't he? If he could turn it up and get it over with, why wait and leave yourself in there to possibly get yourself hurt?
You can hear those body shots over RPA. You can hear it.
Thumping shots by William Joppy. Final seconds of round 4. Going to the body and to the head is the champion Joppy.
Oh, low blow. Low blow.
What's wrong, Ray? Look at this, man. Look at this. Take this water. Let me take this. How you feeling, Ray? Talk to me. You tired, Ray? Huh? You tired? All right. Get your second one together here. Look, you're giving these rounds away. You understand? You're coaching too much. You can fight better than this. You understand, Ray? You can fight better than this. Stop coaching so much. Here. Give me that Vaseline.
Let's take a look at those hooks of Joppy. Joppy can throw hooks from all sides. That's the right hand. Here comes the hook. And he just doesn't forgive any on either side. He's coming.
Yeah, and you'll see the low blow at the end. You know, McElroy's just doing everything he can. He's just swinging, and he digs one down there. You see it south. There's a left uppercut slash hook, and he's just trying to do anything he can to get Joppy off him.
Yeah, and he was way off balance. I don't think none of that was intentional. He was way off balance. He's throwing a a punch to the abdomen. No, that wasn't it.
Joppy in the white, the champion, predicted a 5th-round knockout, and here we are, round number 5. Joppy bringing the belt back from Yokohama, Japan, defeating the then-champion Shinji Takahara with a TKO in the 9th round. An impressive fight.
And Leon Washington breaking one of the cardinal rules of Angelo Dundee in the corner. Never, but never mention the word tired. He came back, he said, "Are you tired?"
Oh, a blistering straight right by Joppy.
Joppy makes such a nice move. He slips the jab, and he turns right over the top of the right hand, and it's been landing all night long.
Oh, that's a low blow.
Here's a left hook followed by a right hand by William Joppy. The left landed, the right didn't.
And I notice every time McElroy gets hurt, he digs a shot or two to the body, which might be intelligent, but he's got to drop his hands to do it. And boy, does he put himself in harm's way.
Boy, McElroy might be fighting on instinct here. Low blow by McElroy.
What's your corner? You got 1 point.
He's taking a point.
One. Let's go.
Referee Kenny Chevalier has been warning McElroy all fight long. Keep the punches up. As if he doesn't have enough problems here against Joppy.
Yeah, as if he's got any spare points to give. I mean, he's not winning any of these rounds. It's a battle, but he's not winning the rounds.
Joppy continues to control this fight. McElroy, if you're just joining us, showing a lot of heart, hanging in there and taking a beating.
You know, Bobby, that's some kind of strategy if you stop to think about it. As soon as Joppy comes in to hammer him, he punches him low to come in. You keep doing that, and you're going to sap Joppy's energy. I mean, he's lost a point, so what?
You know, he's trying, and he's fighting back. And McElroy's doing everything he can. I think it may come to a point where it's just a matter of Joppy being too strong, and McElroy's reaching for whatever he can. But he's fighting his heart out.
I'm a little surprised when Joppy gets opponents in trouble. He's usually a very good finisher. He'll unleash a furious barrage of combinations, hooks and uppercuts from all angles, but thus far has been unable to put the challenger away.
Well, he has hit him with a variety of combinations and hard punches.
Missing with that straight right hand, Joppy. Joppy never down in his career, 23 pro fights.
I wonder where along in here Ray Charles McElroy will decide that record producing is much, much preferable to boxing. He's got a good record producing company, but boy, what is happening to him tonight?
They're going toe-to-toe right now in the center of the ring with Joppy once again getting the better, holding and hitting by Joppy. That's not nice.
You know, there's absolutely no quit in McElroy, but he just can't solve what's going wrong.
You let me, boy, take this fight from you, Ray. You're coasting too much. You had him hurting there. You didn't even see it. You didn't even see what you did to him. You hit him with an uppercut and you didn't even see it. You're not looking. Take your time and look at what you're doing, Ray. You want this, Ray? Do you want this, Ray? You don't act like you want this, Ray. You don't act like it. You fighting like you don't want to never get out this ring. Put them together, Ray. Get that win together and put this together. Fight this man. You understand? Fight this man, Ray. Get out of the way. Use them punches like you.
Let's take a look at the low blow. No question about it that it was a low blow, but he'd hit him so many times low, he had to take a point. That definitely right on the cuff. I mean, you couldn't ignore that. Plus, the preceding numbers were so great. Every time Joppy came in, there went the low punches. Might be a strategy, but it's not working for him.
An emotional speech by McElroy's trainer Leon Washington between rounds. We enter round 6, scheduled for 12 for the WBA middleweight title. Joppy comes right out, and again, riveting combination to the body. McElroy fighting back as best he can.
Yeah, and as best he can, it's pretty good.
I'll tell you what, as best he could was not too bad right there. That was a pretty even exchange, and McElroy has decided to take Leon's advice and fight him.
And he might as well. Now, while he's fresh, if this goes long, he's going to take a mugging. He might as well let it all go right now.
Joppy punches just a little too hard and is depleting the strength and energy from McElroy with those bombs, especially some of those body shots.
Joppy's interesting to watch, though. You get the feeling if he presses a button and really attacks, he's going to finish this.
Joppy, the champion of the white. Oh! What a shot by Joppy. Joppy with a straight right hand. And what is keeping McElroy up? Here's a flurry by Joppy. A barrage by Joppy. Joppy smothering McElroy. McElroy continues to stay up.
Only one or two of those punches got through clean.
Oh, for a second, we thought Chevalier was stopping the fight. He's just warning for the hold to McElroy.
I'll tell you what, McElroy right now, he's in a lot of trouble.
Chevalier looking closely. Will he end it? He's ready to jump in. Here's Joppy all over.
I don't know what he's waiting for. Maybe he's too little.
What punishment here?
You know what it is?
He steps in, but the fight continues. Back comes Joppy. And now, finally, it's over.
Steve, the referee was watching very closely. He was watching the eyes. A lot of those punches were glancing and weren't clean, but he watched very carefully. McElroy did fire back, make an attempt to be offensive, and that's why he didn't stop it. He did an excellent job. He was right on top of it.
I think he did an excellent job on that because, as you say, he was looking so close. He was right in there. His little face was right in there, and McElroy did punch back.
And I'm surprised the referee didn't catch one or two of those wild shots.
Well, I don't think he could have taken a punch. You don't look big enough to take those punches. I'm impressed with Joppy.
Vicious assault by William Joppy. Well, you said it before the fight. You were impressed. I had seen tapes of him of his fight in Japan. I was very impressed with him because he not only has substance, but he also has a lot of excitement, and he's a crowd-pleasing type fighter.
And nothing to be taken away from McElroy. He came here, he was a little sacrificial dog. He fought like a monster. He really gave it a good shot, and kudos to him for being able to accept the punishment and continue to come forward to fight. That was the exceptional thing.
Yes, as Bobby says, despite the fact that he loses the fight, his stock goes up because he showed terrific heart.
He definitely does. He fits. He fits in any title picture and any top 10 type of contention fight. Yeah, he fits.
So it's a TKO, unofficially 141 of round 6 for William Joppy.
He showed not only great heart, and you'll never get rated just by your heart, but he also showed some good offensive skills. He showed some real talent, and if he gets some of that fine-tuned and honed a little better, he could be in any fight, even at this level.
So William Joppy, his first title defense, remains undefeated, now 23-0-1. He has 19 knockouts, and now he'll sit back and see if Keith Holmes takes care of business against Richie Woodhall in our second co-feature upcoming, which could set up a unification bout in 1997 between Joppy and Holmes. Meanwhile, Ray Charles McElroy slips to 21-5, turned back in his first shot at a world title. He had turned his career around earlier this year following a long and frustrating 22-month layoff, but falls short tonight in his first bid for a world championship. Joppy unleashing a furious assault.
We're going to take a look, and here Joppy, it's close here. The referee could almost have stopped it. Some of the punches, though, just missing, they're not landing perfectly clean. McElroy got his hand up over his face. He blocked a few, and you see some just missed. But the referee was close. He was right in there. Didn't want any holding. Maybe an over-perfectionist, the referee, watching everything. And then later, the punches were too clean, and you could see it was just a matter of a few more moments before McElroy could get seriously hurt. And as much as he talked the talk, he tried to walk the walk, only he couldn't unleash his Mac attack.
Very nice, Bobby. Did you work on that all day?
The referee finally comes over, and he's been just out of the picture. You see him there jump in. He was just off to the side. You couldn't see him, but we could see into his face watching live. He was watching every second of the way. He had his eyes glued to that of McElroy's.
So we're set for the official time from our ring announcer. Here's Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 1 minute 41 seconds of round number 6. Our referee in charge, Kenny Chevalier, stops the contest. He's victorious in his first defense of his title and still undefeated WBA middleweight champion of the world, William Joppy Jr.
So there you have it. William Joppy retains his World Boxing Association middleweight championship, raising his impressive record to 23-0-1 with 19 knockouts. his first defense of the WBA middleweight title here at the Showplace Arena in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. So it's 1 down, 1 to go. Coming up next here on Showtime Championship Boxing, Keith Holmes versus top contender Richie Woodhall for the WBC version of the middleweight championship. Right now, time for post-fight interviews from our first bout. So we go up to the ring, and here's the fight doctor, Bertie Pacheco.
Well, you told me in our interview yesterday that you expected a tough fight. Did you expect one this tough?
Well, you know, he was tough then. I thought, first of all, I want to thank God for getting me here. If it wasn't for him walking with me, I wouldn't be here. As far as Ray McElroy, he was tougher than what I thought. I thought I was going to get him early in that, but he came on. But I knew within 5 or 6 I would get him, and I prevailed with that.
You said you wanted to impress in your first step toward unification. This is your first step toward unification, and you did do an impressive fight. But could you figure that guy could take that many right hands? I mean, you hit hard, and this guy just kept coming.
I hit definitely hard. He was tougher than what I thought, like I said, but I knew he couldn't keep taking a punishment. I knew I would get to him sooner or later.
Another point I'd like to make, over and over we saw you get him on the ropes. Just as you came in, he hit you low because he was trying to hit your body. Right. But after a while, that's got to take a toll on you. Did that bother you, keep getting hit low as you came in?
Well, you know, I was just focused on what I had to do. No, it didn't really bother me. I felt him. It caught my attention a little bit, but it just made me get angrier. That's why I knocked him out. He paid for it.
Let's look at this. You tell me what you're looking. Here's the referee breaking you up. He's warning him for behind the head, as you can see.
That's
now watch. Now tell me what you see. You come back. Let's see if we can see this roll any further. Go ahead. You're just going to go with that right hand. Go ahead.
Well, you know, right here I had him on the rope. I throw a barrage of punches. I knew he wouldn't be able to take as much as punishment I was throwing to him. And see, Kenny did the right thing by stopping it. He was trying to hold me, because that's the only way he could get to me, hold me, fight illegal. But I got away from that and knocked him out.
I don't think it was illegal as much as it was survival.
Right,
he was trying to save himself.
I trained hard, so I prepared for that some tactics.
And there's the end of it.
Right.
Justly done, right on time. I think he gave plenty of chance, gave the guy plenty of chance to get away, and you didn't let him get away.
You know, hey, good fight, Ray.
Ray, come on in here.
You know.
We got Ray, and we just finished looking at the finish of it. I think it was stopped on time. What was your take on stopping the fight?
Well, I mean, I was a trooper. I knew that I was getting to him. I mean, if you look at the film, I wasn't hitting him low. I was hitting him right above his belt line. I know the guy done developed their muscles right there. Most guys don't. And I've been off for a little while. I had about 3 fights in the last couple of years. I knew that if I was at my basic form, I should have stopped him.
Well, I tell you what, you took more right hands than I think any human being has a right to take without getting knocked off your feet. And eventually, he got to you. It was a good middleweight title fight. It was stopped right. And we commented, all 3 of us, on your bravery and the ability you had to keep coming forward in spite of those sledgehammer right hands. And Joppy landed a record number of right hands.
I mean, he hit, but he don't hit that good. I mean, you know, I mean, fine, okay, he won the fight, but hey, man, let's do it again in about 2 more months. I mean, you want to be such a tough guy, you know, you're bragging about the stoppage. When man stopped it, I believe it was a little bit premature. You know, I like to get back in there. I'm sure I could stop you next time.
All right, you look at your stoppage. Look at the stoppage.
I mean, but look at this. I mean, the guy hit like a woman, man. I mean, you know, he hits. I mean, hit me. So what? I mean, you know, but he hits like a woman. That's powder puff punches. I don't believe he should have stopped the fight.
All right, from that vantage point, which we neither one of us agree with right now, it looks like you hit pretty hard. I'm going to go back to Rick.
Go back a couple rounds. Go back to the last round. I seriously got to him. I hit him with a serious right hand. I didn't finish him. I hit him with a right uppercut. I didn't finish him, but you know, that's ring rust. You know, cool. I mean, you know, he hit me with some good shots. What the hell?
He's looking at the monitor, is McElroy, not seeing what we're seeing apparently, but listen, this could go on all night. The point is the fight was well stopped. Both of you guys do it again when you want to, but I don't think it's necessary. You go on to unify the title, Joppy, and I go back to ringside with Steve Albert and Bobby Chess.
All right, thank you very much, Ferdy. So McElroy, not a gracious loser. Meanwhile, William Joppy looking to rejuvenate the middleweight division. Well, 3 weeks from tonight, Mike Tyson defends his WBA heavyweight title against former undisputed heavyweight champion Evander Holyfield, a fight that was originally scheduled to take place back in 1991. But Tyson pulled out with a rib injury shortly thereafter. The fight was rescheduled, but then Tyson was arrested. We will have more on that a little bit later, but first, let us go back up to the ring and the fight. Dr. Ferdy Pacheco, that was such an interesting fight. We want to talk some more about the WBA middleweight championship before we get to Tyson Holyfield. Ferdy.
All right. You did what I think was an excellent job. What was your take on the finish of the fight, and why did you stop it where you did?
The reason why we had the opponent, Ray, who was constantly throwing punches back. I believe Joppy was landing a great deal of right hands throughout the fight, but he kept answering to the call of duty. But when he was in the corner, he took a lot of blows, and at that point, this is a WBA championship. He's allowed to get this type of opportunity. Instead of stopping right at time, because you see his eyes are still where he knows what he's doing. He knows he's getting hit, yet he's trying to cover up. But once he's got answered with about 4 unanswered blows, and basically those right hands, it was time and it was due justice to call the fight. As you see right here, there's a right hand. Here's another one coming. Boom. But there it is. That's it. That's it.
I think there's a person in this place, including McElroy, who disagrees with you. That was perfectly stopped. He had the opportunity to fight for the title, which is what he did. And when it came dangerous, you stopped it. Did an excellent job. I wish more people did it like you did. Just that. Thank you very much. Back to Steve Albert and Bobby Ches at ringside.
All right, Ferdy, thanks very much. I really don't think there was much controversy there. I thought that Chevalier did the right thing. He was very patient. He looked in. He was right above us. And he found the proper moment to make the stoppage. You
know, Steve, I was watching him very closely as well as the fighters. I think he allowed the fighters to fight the fight, and he allowed McElroy every opportunity to get back in the fight, block some shots, rest, roll with the punches. But there was a time when 2 or 3 of those clean right hands started to begin the end of the fight, and it really was a signature time to just ease on out gracefully.
All right. So that is that.